On a day reserved for honoring the nation's veterans, demonstrators from the Occupy movement march on a tour of veterans' memorials. Michael Patterson, an Iraq War veteran, reflects on U.S. military policy and the state of U.S. veterans.
Basically what's happening is you have 10 years of, you have a decade of war, and in the beginning a lot of people were trumped up with patriotism and all this like patriotic fervor, but then eventually, like, you go over there, you realize, like, you're not fighting terrorists, you're not fighting insurgents, you're fighting people.
U.S.-led conflicts in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan have cost the U.S. taxpayer an estimated $3 trillion. More than 6,300 servicemen have been killed.
Where's that? One, no one really knows where that money's going. Two, I can tell you they don't spend it on personnel because, I mean, I'm a vet, I have PTSD, and I can't even really get treatment for it. It's difficult. Like, it takes a while, and then they just don't go about the right way.
Back in the U.S., away from the war zone, challenges continue. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, the unemployment rate for veterans of the Iraq and Afghanistan wars is higher than the nationwide average. Their unemployment rate is rated at about 12% versus 9% for the national average. But that only tells half the story. While the job market is slowly improving for most Americans, it's moving in the opposite direction for Persian Gulf War II vets. The youngest of veterans, aged 18 to 24, had a 30% jobless rate in October, way up from 18% a year before.
I think that's the biggest challenge, particularly with, if you want to call it, trying to go from war skills back to everyday skills, and I think a lot of them do need some type of training or help.
Newly proposed legislation to help veterans is expected to pass. This week, the Senate approved legislation as a small part of President Obama's jobs bill, designed to help unemployed veterans and companies doing business with the government.
When I came back, I only had one skill, and you know what that was, yeah. So, but I finally, you know, I think that's important, so.
But the struggle for U.S. troops and veterans will continue even after the wars wind down. They face the battle of living in a country with a struggling economy, rising poverty, and limited options for veterans at home. Colin Campbell, Press TV, Washington.